What up, bro? How are you? How's everybody doing? Nick, Big Dog. 30-minute closure just set up. We got a 30-minute closure below the range. I took some buys earlier here. Then I took another pineapple. Where was my loss today? I took a loss. Oh, right here. I took a buy here on this candle flip bullish. Then I took a buy here on this candle flip bullish. My break-even point was somewhere up here, and I got stopped out on the rebreak of this low here on this same candle. I got stopped out for a total of 185. I'm gonna have a sell stop on the break of the daily low. We are in there. Percent in New York. Holy shit. I'm going break even here. I can't secure anything because of the 5-minute rule. But after the second push down, coming back to our entry, failing to take us out, we should see a continuation here. I have 2 minutes left. Whoever took those cells, congratulations. That hit 50 pips instantly. I technically would have closed at 50 pips, bro. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a break even. I have a minute left. Seconds left. I'm not going to be able to secure anything. the 5 minutes, and I am gonna close here at 20 pips. Technically we saw 50. What up, Marcus? How are you, bro? Music too loud. How about now? Let's wait for this 15-minute closure. Wait for the 15-minute closure.
It's just the Bitcoin ban.
How was your guys' day today? Hold on. I'm not even seeing all the chats. Hey, spam a W if you're watching right now. I thought the chats were broken. It's not the chats. What a dump, gang. Hey. 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 The thing is that my music, I get off stream and I start watching YouTube videos, so I turn the volume back up. I gotta remember. I gotta write notes of the stuff that I gotta do just before stream. And we have tapped target. So I don't know if you guys were paying attention earlier or were on the stream, but I took a loss earlier today. I lost 300 bucks, just above 0.5%, like 0.7%. I was at 1300 for the payout, or 1400, 1300, and then I lost 350. I still qualify for the payout with $40 more as long as it's over 1,000. I qualify for the payout, so we're Gucci. We'll end the week. One more winning day and we're back to the 1300. And then on my top one Apex account, or not my top one Apex, my top one account that Wix gave me on the giveaway, this is where we're at. I shorted right here. Sorry, I shorted right here. 5 contracts and it dumped 20, 30 pips or 20 pips, and I closed for 970. I need 650 more to pass. Yeah, I'll be alright. I'm not worried. That's the smallest loss I've ever taken. I made a new way of managing risk with my stop losses, so I don't risk more than my best trading day. So if I have one losing day, it's no more than one profitable day. So we just had the 15-minute close. The 15-minute close bearish. With this massive dump that we just experienced, we practically filled the entire range. We have another level here, which is 100 pips away before we fulfill the full move. This is a very strong weekly level here. Is that where we're gonna tap before pushing up? I need like a 40-inch monitor. I need to listen to options. These 5-minute candles are 100 pips each. 100 pips down, 100 pips back up. way. Ray, Asian boy, the one that Kaisen that made famous, is streaming with Dwight Howard.
Bro, all the streamers that.
Dwight Howard, bro.
Bro, all the streamers that were on university and they were streaming during the thing. I think like over 80% of them have a million plus followers on TikTok now. And a lot of them have less than 100,000.
I was about to change my title to the motherfucking streamer. What is it called? Streamer University. I'm gonna call this Trader University. The Inner Circle University. I'm waiting on this hourly closure.
Bro, Reggie's so funny.
Who's Reggie? So I was just watching some clips from the Streamer University, and what's that guy's name? Reggie was walking down campus, and he goes, "Oh shit, is that the principal?" And it's Kai Cenat riding down in a golf cart, right? He's like, "Yo, stop it!" And they start running away. And my cousin Alfredo, he told me a story. One time he was in high school skipping class with his boy, and they were just walking down the street, and out of nowhere, a nice Mercedes pops up, and they were looking at the Mercedes, and they're like, "Damn, that's a nice Mercedes." And then out of nowhere, the Mercedes pulls up close to them, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And it rolls down the window, and it's the fucking principal of the school, brother. And she's like, "What should they? You thought you were gonna make it far, didn't you?"
She said that was a nice mission impossible.
That was a nice mission impossible.
And then she gets
dog. My cousin's like 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. Our other boy is like 5'10", 250 pounds, and she's like, get in the car, and it's a Mercedes-Benz 2-seater. Bro, high school were some fucking days. So wild how you could just do whatever you wanted. And if you failed class, you just go and say, I need to pass. And they're like, oh, but you might not be able to. You're like, I don't care, I need to pass right now. Okay, we'll help you out.
What was his name? He owns the Blanca 59.
Oh yeah, the long-haired surfer dude. He owns the ferry. Mr. Long-haired surfer, I forgot his name. I used to say that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me, just living a simple life, driving a boat.
Wait, he's rich.
And now I'm like,
He got money.
I'm trying to get rich.
But he always says like when you guys graduate, you can bring the good stuff.
I had a teacher tell me that. He goes, the Chinese teacher, he goes, Eddie, I bring the bong, you bring the stuff. I bring the bong, you bring the stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, we're gonna go to the strip club. He's like, yeah. I'll bring the bong. You tell us that too. I grabbed his head.
Do you guys want to see what my favorite teacher was, bro? Mr. Tran, man. Mr. Tran. We got 3 minutes here. One of my favorite teachers, bro. Because, like, I was in a more advanced math class, and then I purposely did bad in the class so they can put me to the easier one, because I did not want a hard senior year. I wanted my senior year to be just easy and cake. And then he saw that I was doing really good on all the tests, and I would finish fast, and I would answer all of the questions. The whole class would be quiet, and I would be the only one that would answer questions, and he would ask me, like, what are you doing here? You're much smarter than this. Why are you in pre-college algebra when you should be doing, like, calculus or some shit? Ain't that some shit? When I need the picture. Bro. This is the picture. Check this out. He was bald, so in class, we would just, I'm in the corner over here taking the selfie. One in the last 2 seconds in that class. One would walk in and that. Big start. Get out. Get with the bars and even wrong. Get out. Get out.
They were Mr. Tig. Mr. Tig.
I hated Mr. Thick, bro.
What time
He
Mr.
kicked me out of class,
No,
bro,
bro.
and I didn't even walk in.
You kick us out all the time. Mr. Tick,
All right, hourly close, hourly close, hourly close. We got some movement in this bitch. Gotta pull up. Can we pull up? You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of this song. R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan. Can you guys hear the music? That's what I need gold to do. I need it to pull up, please. Am I looking for shorts? No, I got some pants on right now. I'm just kidding, brother. So, 4-hour top wick, 4 hours bearish. We're starting to come down. 3 hours bearish, 2 hours bearish, close bearish, beautiful. 1 hour is bearish, close bearish, beautiful. We don't have a top wick on this 1 hour, but we do have a top wick on every other time frame on the way down. So our 15, our 30, there's really nothing. We have a minor zone here right at VWAP. Cool, cool. So if we can get a pull up to this area and then start breaking back down, I can take sell stops back down, right? So we might break past this area, get a fake out to the upside, and then come back down, and that's what I'm looking for. That's ideally what I would really like. The hourly would give us a nice top wick on the hourly. The first 15 minutes maybe of the hourly would give us like a fake little pump to the upside here. Not a fake pump because this is 160 pips. But if we get some 5-minute structure here, flipping us back bearish, that would be nice. So now that we've made this dump, we formed structure on the way down. We form a support. We've now retested the support, respected it, and now we're driving up. The probability of sells starts to get lower. If you start looking at it as a lower high before the continuation down, where can that lower high be? Is that a ray gun? Oh shit. You see some YouTube guy made like a real blast ray gun?
Yeah, I've seen that,
I commented on it and I said, let me get one. Bam. Because think about it. If our daily is dumping down, let me delete everything. We're gonna start from scratch. If our daily is dumping down, where could the target be, right? We could have a target here. And that's really our daily target. We have, on the 4 hour, you'll probably see an order block here. Yeah. We have this level here that's strongly bullish, but we have to break into it. But the thing is that once we drive down, we need to form structure. We need to come up, we need to grab orders, and then we need to start dumping back down. So where are our 4 hour resistances here? We have some 4 hour resistances here, 4 hour resistances here. And that's really it. We're at all-time highs. So on our way down here, where can we start rejecting before coming down? See, these are our 4 hour resistances right here. So we have the VWAP right here. So we could be rejecting any one of these zones here. This whole entire zone is just pure sells. So I need to have something form, right? This hourly needs to start coming up a little bit steeper and really confirming the rejection for me to take sells. And the thing is that once we break down into these levels at 60 pips, all of this can cause a pullback up. Why did NQ go to the moon? All right. There's a couple of fundamental things that I want to explain that I've been looking at with NQ and certain things that I think play a big factor. And a lot of people say, well, price action this, price action that, and of course price action is king. But if you understand the fundamentals behind it, you can have a very, very strong bias and take the best quality positions knowing what's going on. Trump said from the beginning that he was going to cause havoc in the markets before things got better. And what has happened, looking at, how do I switch? Oh, NAS 100. This is the shit that I want to get people to see. That look at the monthly candle. It took us 5 months to drop 30%. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And within a week and 1 month, we've already retraced 32% from a 35% drop. This is the Trump effect. Once these highs are broken, we're likely to see a 50% of the move up. We're likely to see another 10% pump. That's the Trump effect. Trump, number one, caused a bunch of tariffs to cause the market to go down. Then, through the course of the last 6 months, he's been in negotiations with other countries, pulling back on tariffs in order to structure proper deals to make the economy better. If you have faith in the US economy, if you have faith in Donald Trump, you would understand that the Nasdaq is just simply designed to go up, especially with him renegotiating. And you just have to be aware for the FOMO dumps. So this is a 10-minute closure. We had a 5-minute no top wick. This 5-minute no top wick. How is it coming down now on the 1 minute? So we're rejecting this 4-hour level here. 3 is a little sus. sus. Not too sure about the fill down. So, knowing that the Nasdaq is designed to go up, knowing that after all of his tariffs, it dumped down and then he started renegotiating and having permanent negotiations, the Nasdaq is just designed to go up. I mean, that last final pump of the day, there's nothing that you could have seen fundamentally to understand that, but just knowing that it's more than likely going to go up, you're like, damn, before taking sells, I really want to wait for a steeper liquidity grab. So like, when I was looking at the 4-hour time frame here, right, I was looking at all these levels and I was trying to sell here. Once we rebroke this high that we started pumping back down, I wanted to sell here, and I got caught in some sells here, and I failed a couple of sells here. So 4-hour resistance, you're expecting a dump and it barely does it. And then what happens? You grab liquidity and you just pump up. This was unexpected. I was expecting a reversal back down. But we grabbed orders from all the way down here. The first time we grabbed orders from here, we pumped to this level. So if we grab orders from that level again, we're most likely going to pump and continue past it. It's more than likely. The higher probability. If you grab orders from the same level that you grabbed previously in the past and you're jumping up with bullish momentum, you have a very, very high likelihood of refilling that range and then some because of the liquidity grabbed. That's why you double bottom, right? You get one bottom, then you get the move, right? And then you get the second bottom, and then you should get a larger move, pushing you past enough to where you can go break even, and price should never come back down to that level. Oh, it's because this isn't on my... There we go. I don't know why it does that. What time does gold usually get volume? Gold usually gets volume whenever it feels like it. That's one thing you have to really, really understand. That gold, volume, and time, market opens, COMEX open, NYSE open, news. Other than that, whenever the fuck it feels like it. Because this pump at 7 o'clock that just dumped like 300 pips, last Asian session at 7 p.m., we were chopping. You see? We chopped all this bullish move here before we took sells down here. So, timing wise, you just got to be there for the Asian market to catch the move. Because the Asian market, I would say 90% of the 99% of the time it would have the move. Like the sell that we took yesterday dumped for 100 pips, right? And then the continuation later on around 10 p.m. right after closure dumped another 200 pips. So sometimes this volume happens here a couple hours earlier, or sometimes it happens a couple hours later. Please put up the stream volume. What do you mean? What, my voice or the music? I also had buy stops and spread, ran 20 pips past my buy stops without activating me, so I didn't care what to do, but market enter. So when I get slipped on a trade, I wait for the second pop. If it, let's say it slips me 20 pips, I wait to see if it'll pop another 10 and I'm closing. If it instantly starts to reject, I'm going to start looking to close at break even. Everything is low. Everything is low, 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 low. Mac OS screen. It's cause these settings and these filters are the noise suppression filter. I gotta take the noise suppression filter off. But okay, 15-minute just close. 15-minute no top wick, and is dumping. This was a clean entry right here. What, your FVG? Minus 150? That was me today, my brother in Christ. I'm gonna have a sell stop on the... How many pips do we have here? 38. Wait for this 5-minute closure, see what happens. I lost one... What's 350 divided by 2? 175. 175. 170 motherfucking 5. 70 motherfucking 5. I have like no viewers on fucking Kick. Kick is trash. 5-minute closing like booty for sales. If the 15-minute also has no top wick, yes sir. 175. This is about to run up now. Hey bro, when I took my sells here, I lost. It never came back, bro. It never came back. There was no pineapples here. It never came back. There was one pineapple there. GG's. G. I would like a rejection off here, ideally. When did this push happen? 10 a.m. during news. 68 pips. Can we come up to these highs? Upward workouts. Losing steam.
Huh? Bro, I'm addicted to watching all these like streamers. It's just crazy how they can do it.
That's what Bougie said. He asked if any of us have been watching it.
I'm addicted to it. Cause like I'm also like watching like the ones that like really weren't famous at all before the thing.
I'm gonna have a sell stop right here on this 5-minute flip. I'm deleting the sell stop. It's straight. If we respect this zone here, still valid. We just got to come back down. And then close in the 30. It can close like bullish, doji, and then we can get a sell replay to the downside. Nice. Oh, did this just wake up and then come back down? "30 seconds. Muted. Nice, Hank. That now the money printer needs a larger wick than this. I would at least want it to break this level. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna have a sell stop or a market execution. Right? Whoa! No, what the hell was that? I'm gonna market execute a sell right here. I thought I market executed a sell in the wrong spot. We're looking to fill the range back down. The DVS celery play to the downside after closing below our 4-hour level back into range. We should see a nice clean dump straight for 100 pips. spread is no joke right now on Forex. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an update while we're sitting here and a little bit of drawdown on my plan. On this instant funded account, I'm allowed to take 1% withdrawal with a 60-40 split, the first withdrawal. Where I was, that would have left me with a $600 withdrawal, paying for the $300 fee, and then $300 profit. But I have to wait the full 30 days before I can request a withdrawal. With that being said, I would much rather secure 1,500, grind it for another week, get to the target that I want, and then stop trading it and leave it off to the side. For those of you that trade top one, when you pass an evaluation, how long do you have to activate it? Do they give you like 30 days? Or do you have to activate it immediately? Might be a 9 o'clock play. What flavor do you have? Same one as mine? You gave me a different flavor. The pineapple level is here at VWAP. What a strong pump. Holy shit. But it's straight. We needed a pullback. Usually we'll see a bottom wick by the next hour, putting us back in profit before a continuation up if it is going to literally drive up off this level. Likely not. Likely it'll more than likely it'll come up, grab orders from this level, and then continue down. I gotta see it come up to VWAP and give us a setup there, not just tap it. Yeah, I don't know if I would have closed at 23 pips without the 5-minute rule. One Drake candle, bro. Don't ever say that again. If you say that again, I will permanently ban you from every stream I'll ever do for the rest of my life. Just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding. I think this is Bit Me Some's buy setup with the wick. My stops are right here. Yeah, I really gotta wait here. There's really nothing I can do. I can't just take a immediate pineapple, because if we do start rejecting here and we do start breaking the lows, then this thing is gonna dump pretty far. So it's not only if it breaks into the previous range, is if we break into the previous range and we form structure and re-break the highs, right? That's confirming the break and retest into the new range. Because if I have a stop loss just at the range itself, we can just wick into the range and then continue up. Where we already broke into these cells, we broke into these cells, and then if we start to close above this level, start to grab orders here and flip bullish, this is where all of our supports are. So we could just come up to any of these levels and reject and come back down. We have another sell level here that caused a 200 pip dump. We have a sell level here that caused a way larger dump. So we have a lot of levels in this area that can cause the dump that I'm looking for. A lot of times I'll set a stop loss at a certain level and I'll get wicked, and then it'll start driving back into profit. So what I've been doing is I've been deciding what that level is, and then I give it a little bit of room, and then I wait. Once we get to that level, I'll make a decision whether to move my stop loss down or up. So ideally I want to stay below these levels. If we start to form resistance here and start to close back down, if we start to do this and close back down into range, right, my stop loss, ideally I'll move it down to here and take another entry. But that's what I'm looking for, because if you do re-break this new resistance that was formed and you disrespect it, you're more than likely going to start coming back up to grab orders much higher up. So I don't want to be in drawdown for 400 pips. I'd rather be in drawdown for 170, which is half of the max amount that I'm allowed to lose a day. So technically I took a loss today and I took half of my max daily loss. And if I take another loss now, that would be my full max daily loss hit in one day. That I give myself, that I allow myself. So if we do start to reject and we do start to come down, looks like the celery play here failed after closing below these 4-hour levels. But we never came back up to retest the top of the 4-hour range, right? So that could be one of the reasons why this failed. But it's still highly, highly bearish. And we're trading with the trend. Alright, if this 15 re-breaks the low, I'm gonna have a sell stop. Alright, so what I'm planning on doing is once we get down to my break-even point on this trade, I will be closing this trade full and then putting the other one at break-even if we do come back down to my break-even. So right now I'm moving my stop loss down to these highs here. Oh no, it hasn't activated me yet, so I can't move my stop loss down just yet. I don't know where I had it. I guess right there's fine. Ten minutes. We could quite literally retrace this entire move right now with in the next market open. Very, very quite literally could retrace that entire move. But the good thing is that because we're so bearish underneath VWAP, now that we're retesting it, this could be a very, very, very strong indication of us pushing back down. So we just have to be very patient here. Yeah, it's just breaking back into all of these ranges. There's really nowhere else for a proper stop loss to be. That's the best stop that I could have. So I'm deleting this sell stop. Let's see what happens here. I need to wait for this hourly closure. How's your guys' night? Damn, why do I look so red? Dump, 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 dump. Damn, my drawing skills are ass tonight. Gladiator candle. Five minutes. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Ain't nothing I can do. Three minutes. One minute here. Just needs another one of those gladiator candles to the downside. Just needs another 50 pip candle to the downside. Jeez. Bro. That happens to me so much, bro. We have 20 seconds left. Let's get a bottom wick on this hourly before the pull up. Let's get that bottom wick before the pull up. We should be fine. If it does retrace this whole move right now on this candle, it'd be like that. I'm gonna just trust my price action. Another celery on the hourly to come down. 30-minute celery. All I see is patience. Either you come out in profit or you take a loss. That's it. Either you come out in profit or you take a loss. That's it. Either you come out in profit or you take a loss. Be happy with the outcome, regardless of what happens. If I do take a loss instead of this going to TP, the grind is just gonna take a little bit longer. And that's it, bro. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes you'll say to yourself, I'm fine, I saw my setup and I took it. And then you're really not fine. You're like, ah, shit, man. But the more you say to yourself, I saw my setup, I'm fine, I took it. I saw my setup, I'm fine, I took it. The more you really start to grill it into your brain, saying, you saw your setup, dude, and you took it. That's it. You saw your setup and you took it. Yeah, I took sells on the 50K futures one, and I just passed it with this. I'm gonna close right here at break even. Let it dump. I don't like the hourly no top wick. I passed tonight. Oh, you can't see because of... Wow, what a dump. That was full TP. Yeah. I'm actually going to call it an early stream there. I don't like how this hourly setup is probably going to take a little longer to set up. And I got to do a little something after stream. I got to take my work truck back to the warehouse. And that's going to take me a while. Yeah, we're going to call it there. But no, it wasn't a bad night. I passed the 50K eval. So now I have a top one futures 50K account active. Or I have to activate it. And I still have this one. We are still up $1,000. Still eligible for payout. So all in all, I would say that was a wonderful day. I think that the risk management was pretty decent. I think that being in so much drawdown probably made me close break even. I could have held that. There was literally no reason why I closed break even other than I just wanted to. But that was full TP. Regardless of what happened, regardless of how much drawdown, yeah, me too. Me too, Nate. Me too. Because I passed this one at the same time I closed break even, I was like, all right, at least I'm happy with the break even and a closure passing one account. But it is what it is. Look, this was the full target, the full idea. It hit, respected structure, and we managed accordingly. So I'm gonna roll up another blunt and I'm gonna call it a motherfucking night. Take it easy, everybody. I appreciate you guys for showing up. I appreciate all the new people for showing up too. I hope you guys learned a little something and understand how I manage risk, how I use what my max daily loss is, how much I make per day in order to determine that. So yeah, take it easy, gang. I appreciate you guys. I just passed the 50K account.